You ready? Here we go. Good morning, everyone. Well, it's official. Marvel Madness is over after 2 straight days of the MVC collection. It's time to move on to other content. And on today's show, I have multiple positive announcements to give you today about upcoming events and content, which is pretty cool. Also, a little bit of a follow-up to yesterday's technical difficulties because I actually have no clue what happened when I was trying to set up that interview with June and hash it out a little bit, but it looks like I may have to do something different with my setup to do Discord calls in the future, but we'll chat. And I respond to the response to the response to the response. I mean, it's getting convoluted already at this point, and when you see this video I'm responding to from LTG, you're going to see how stupid this has become because the guy can't do a response. It's just... But anyway, all this and more, game news, other things, a lot coming on today's episode of the Level 1 Podcast. Alrighty, everyone, welcome to the show. Today is Saturday, the 14th of September, 2024. This is a normal streaming week for me, meaning 6 days, and that means I'm still here today and 3 more days. So unlike last week where it was like, oh, the week's almost over, luckily it feels like we're just getting started, and that's a good thing. Very excited to jump into the new content today, getting back to 2 awesome games that I played last week for the first time. Finally getting to continue into them and get further in them is great. I'm feeling very refreshed today. Listen, there's nothing wrong with fighting games, but basically what's happened is, I played the Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection for 2 straight days, and it burns me out. It does. It's just like the old days of the FGC, where I would get legit tired of playing fighting games too much if I played them too much, and I literally played fighting games for 2 straight days and nothing else. So, at this point, I'm ready to move on and do other content. With Warhammer and Astrobot, it should be a really great gaming day, okay? Before we get to any of that, what I would like to just preface this. Hold on a second here. What is this? Hold on. Wow. Well, okay. I have an update in a minute, but wow. Okay. What I wanted to say to preface this was, thank you for a great week, because as you can see, we were at King Streak 7. Okay, 7. So guess what that means? 7 straight streams. Today would be 8, where we're hitting all those goals, and we're crushing it again. And it was hilarious because earlier in the week, the streak ended at 41. And it was on Monday, and it was because I was playing, sadly, the very underwhelming and kind of game that fell off, Black Myth Wukong. Very sad, because I thought Black Myth Wukong was great until I hit Chapter 3, and then zoop, right off the cliff, as if you're falling into the ocean like a bunch of lemmings. It really was not good. It got so boring and repetitive and just not original or fun in any way. Too tedious to really even care about. So tedious, because I was going to keep playing it. The audience left. Like, I had over 600 viewers on that podcast that day. It went down to 300 viewers during the gameplay. I can't make the game more entertaining. That's just how it's made. So people left, and the streak ended because people were like, I'll come back later. And no one supported. Well, I'll take that back. People did support, but we didn't hit the goal. And it was like 41 straight. I mean, that was like 3 straight weeks of hitting it. And then boom, over because of a game that was sadly poorly developed, badly directed, and got boring as hell right in the middle. The good news is, after that, we recovered. Everything I've done this week, we've hit the support streak. It doesn't matter if it's been, podcasting, if it's been, WWE Champions gaming, if it's fighting games, if it's, Warhammer or whatever it is, everything has done well this week. So thank you for all of your support this week, continuing on with the positivity and the fun. Really, I appreciate that so very much. And basically, today, if we hit King Streak 8 on this stream, something special, a reward. Because if you remember, originally it was going to be when we hit King Streak 50, I was going to do an impromptu episode of Feasting with the King. It was going to be a special episode where I was going to order live and we were going to have a meal together on stream to celebrate hitting a 50. But then Black Myth Wukong happened and the streak ended, and it was really stupid because, again, I don't hold it against anyone, and I don't think it was anything but the game that screwed that stream over. So I told everyone, listen, if we continue with this streak, we reboot it, and it goes all week long, then on Saturday, when we hit it on Saturday's stream, I will order and we will have a meal of Feasting with Phil. Or, excuse me, I'm calling it Feasting with the King again. We're bringing back the whole King thing, all right? And it makes sense to recall it Feasting with the King like it used to be called, okay? So what is Feasting with the King? Basically, unlike my old series, DSP Tries It, where I would order like a fast food burger and just review it, with Feasting with the King, I order a whole meal from a high-end restaurant, you know, a real restaurant you would dine in. It's not old fast foodie bullshit. And then I have that meal with you, and I taste test everything. I rate it. I let you know what I think. And we do it all live together. And it goes really well. Like, people really seem to like the series. Now, some make fun of me because of the way I eat, which is fine. That's all part of it, right? But exactly. Mystery Gamer says, a royal banquet. Correct. The king eats and feasts in the hall. You are all welcome to the king's chambers, the king's throne room. And we all feast in the royal hall together. We partake in mead and merriment as I eat my royal meal. However, I need to have some royal taste testers eat it first to make sure that, you know, some of my detractors didn't poison it. Make sure that, like, duty streams didn't make a duty in it before, you know, I got it. So, anyway, so that's going to happen today if we hit the King Street. And, you know, basically when it happens, I've already talked to my wife about what we're interested in getting. So basically once it happens, I'll go talk to her and we will order food and go from there. Like, I think it's going to be, ooh, what is this? I had a filter on that? No wonder. I was wondering, why did my my overlay bar there look greenish? Because I had a filter on it by accident. I just took it off. Okay. But yeah, like, as soon as it happens. So if you want to see it happen, please contribute during today's podcast. I would like to hit it by the end of the podcast. That way we can order before I even hit gameplay. We can just get it going. All right. So thank you in advance for everyone who has supported my content this week, got the streak re-going. Thanks to those also who maybe you're not directly contributing to the King's Tips Goal every day, but you're supporting. Let me tell you guys something. Your super chats and these gifted memberships I've been getting have boosted this channel tremendously in the last month. It's like I said, if this keeps up for, you know, several months and the momentum doesn't stop, it's life-changing. I'm going to start doing things that I've wanted to do for years and couldn't do, like get a new dishwasher, get a new ceiling fan and light for my dining room because the light fell out of the ceiling a week and a half ago and is dangling above. Get a new washer dryer, which are conking out and having all issues with uneven load. And then after that, probably improvements that I want to do to the business. Like, I'm seriously now considering just buying outright a new PC for streaming and capturing rather than going and migrating to my wife's. Why not just buy a new one that's modern so that way I don't have to worry about it being outdated? Like, for example, Windows 10 actually is gonna reach end of life around October of next year. So just makes sense to get something new, right? And that's what I mean. You guys, through your support, you have to understand you are helping me tremendously. And if it keeps up, some amazing things can happen that I've been wanting to do for ages, okay? So thank you so much. So let's get it going right now. Who's going to be the first super chatter? Who's going to be the first person to become a member today? And who's going to be the first person to gift the membership? I'm curious. We'll find out. Let's get it. Get on it right now. But I do have some tips to shout out. So we're going to start off today with a $1 tip. Can you take a wild guess who the $1 tip is from? Do you want to know? It's from Leaking Pig Anal Drippings. Ugh. Can't believe I said that. I think I'm going to have to start increasing the amount. Because if this person is going to keep spamming dollars to have disgusting names, I'm going to have to make it to be like $2. Get a shout out at this point. Because it's getting ridiculously out of hand. It really is. It's like, so I'm really strongly considering it and understand it's not something that I really thought about doing until this person started spamming $1 tips with disgusting names on them. At least if I get $2 a tip, maybe it's more worth it. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, this is the equivalent of back in the day in 2017 when I first started live streaming. I didn't have any limits. People were doing like 1 penny bits over on Twitch, or like 1 bit, and it would say the dumbest message, and it would just constantly spam. So I had to raise the limit because I was like, dude, I just can't have the thing spammed constantly with nonsense on the screen, you know? Oh man. So let's see what you guys think. Like, I'm not saying that I wouldn't accept it. I'm saying I wouldn't do a verbal shout out unless it's a certain level. Like, maybe make it has to be $2 or $2.50. Some people in chat are saying $5. I don't know, that's a lot. But make it be a certain level if you're going to get a shout out, or else I'm not going to shout it out because these people are taking up all my time with these ridiculous names and things, right? Okay. No, but here's the thing. Cool Ranch says you could just not read the names. Yeah, but then that's messed up because if I don't make it known, it has to be a universal rule. You understand? It should be a universal rule that applies to everyone, not just I've decided that in this case, this guy who's supporting me, I'm not going to read his stuff. That's kind of messed up, right? All right. Anyway. I received a $4.20 tip. Let's get a animation here for you. And by the way, guys, almost 400 people on the stream and climbing. Let's get some likes on the stream. It looks like we got about 50. Let's get that up to 100 right now. If you're here and you're having a good time and you're ready for a fun, chill, interesting podcast, please hit the like button. Let's get it going because that engagement has helped this channel tremendously recently. It really has. And we want to keep that rolling to keep this channel in YouTube search. It actually has appeared in YouTube search and recommendations recently. And people have been actually coming and commenting on the page saying, holy crap, I was recommended DSPGaming. I can't believe it. It's been like 10 years. And you're right. It's been 10 freaking years since I had that. So please keep liking. It helps a lot. Okay. All right. I received that 420 tip from Imperial Guard. They said, all hail the Emperor, the one and true ruler of mankind. Is that in regards to Warhammer, I wonder? That sounds like a Warhammer lore reference, does it not? Thank you for that. All right, so we got it started. Let's keep it rolling. Who's going to unseat the Imperial Guard? Let's find out who will unseat the Imperial Guard. All right? Okay, now I have a bunch of topics to talk about today. I have a couple of really positive ones. I have one about technical difficulties yesterday. We got LTG to talk about, and we got a game news story. So let's start with the tech issue one, because I have no clue what's going on. All right, so here's what's happened. As you know, in the last month to month and a half, I started doing content outside of my comfort zone. I'm not just sitting here playing games anymore or talking to you on the podcast. I'm actually now doing interviews, appearing on shows, doing crossover react events and the like. And it's all worked, correct? Like, all the content's been great. People love it. I want to keep doing it, okay? Now, in regards to doing it, it's all been through Discord, and I've used my old streaming and capturing PC that is over 10 years old now. That's the PC I've used to do it. Now, it's outdated. It's on Windows 8, and I can't even update it because if I do, probably half the components in it won't work with a modern Windows. And so I have to keep it on Windows 8, and basically, it works fine for my capturing and streaming purposes, but I can't update anything. I literally cannot update OBS, the streaming program I use, because the later versions don't work with Windows 8, okay? Same thing with Discord. So a lot of people have said, maybe your things are going to stop working, and I'm like, well, it hasn't happened yet. And, I've been thinking about it. I've been on Kino Casino twice. I've now done multiple streaming interviews and things over Discord. Never had a problem, right? It's working. So here's what happens yesterday. I even tested. I go into Discord and I create a private call room for myself. I tested the camera and the microphone, and I broadcast it live to you guys, and it was all working. But then when it was time for the interview, and I was clicking on June the King, like in my friends list, it would just go, boop, big error message, and it would say, sorry, Discord has crashed. We've sent this message to Discord to analyze. Click here to reload. So I would click reload, and it would literally just go right back to the same screen. And it would be an endless loop. It would never leave the screen. I could never just get out of it. So I would have to actually hard close Discord and reboot it. Now, here's the thing. I can still talk in servers, like my mod server and stuff like that. I can still talk to everybody. But the moment that I go to my friends list and click on anyone's name, or if I click on a previous conversation I had with someone, like a DM, the whole thing crashes and it just does it over and over and over. So I can't actually start a video or audio call. I can't do any of that. And this only started happening yesterday. All right. It always worked before. I had just done a week ago. I had done an interview. So what happened? I didn't change anything. I literally can't change it. I can't update drivers. I can't update the programs because my PC's too outdated. It wouldn't have even done it, you see? So what the hell happened in the last week? Now, here's the weirdest part about it. I went ahead and I said, well, maybe it's the app. Maybe the app, on the PC really does have an issue. And people are like, well, there's a browser version. You can literally load it through your browser. It's going to eat more memory or whatever, but maybe try that. So I go to do it. It has exactly the same error. I can't do anything. Whenever I click on a friend or a DM or anything like that, it just crashes, and you click reload and it crashes again, and it's just a crash loop. All right. So I have no idea what's going on with it on that PC. Here's the odd part. It completely works on my phone, no problem. And it works here on my new PC, my gaming PC. Like literally right now, I'll live test it. I'll open Discord. All right. And I'll go to some DMs that I've had before. And I click and it works fine. My DM's open. I can see it. I go to my friends list and click on a name. It works. Right? So I have absolutely no idea what happened that it only doesn't work on my old PC and both like multiple versions. It's not just the app, it's the browser too. I listen, I'm not a tech guy, all right, at all. So if anyone knows how on earth to do this, I would love to know. Like what happened? You know what I'm saying? Like I don't get it. I'm very confused of what is going on here that it crashes and I don't seem to fix it. Like I actually uninstalled and reinstalled it. Still doesn't work. So if this is the case and I cannot get it to work on that PC, that means from now on, when I do any kind of stuff over Discord, it's got to be on my gaming PC. Now this is a little awkward. Here's why. I can't have a webcam work on two PCs at once. So if this webcam is working over here for my podcast, or for me gaming, my face cam for a game, I can't also have it be broadcasting through Discord, right? That doesn't work that way. So what I may have to do is figure out a way to have two webcams or have a webcam swap. So if I'm going to be on a Discord call, let's say I'm going to appear on Kino Casino again, just unplug the webcam from my streaming PC and plug it into my gaming PC, because then I don't need the face cam on my end because I'm appearing on their show. Where it's really going to have a problem here is if I'm streaming a game, but also I need to appear on a webcam, like in a Discord call. Like that's what happened when we were doing Chain Together. I couldn't be on both, so they didn't have my visual, but they only had my audio. But then later on, their editor grabbed my visual and edited it into a video for them. So to do that, I'm going to literally need two webcams because I want to broadcast my end, but then they're also going to want to see me on their Discord. And I'm like, well, dude, then I need to get another webcam. And someone was like, well, why don't you just use your old one? Well, hold on. This was the old webcam I was using. It's dirty because it has, if you can believe it, has bubble stuff on it. I never cleaned it. That's how old it is, since when I was still blowing bubbles, right? Yeah, it won't even clean. This is why I stopped using the bubble guns and stuff, because it gets on stuff and then it won't clean off. Like, it literally isn't coming off. I probably would have to scrub this thing with cleaner to get it to actually come off permanently. Okay, but anyway, so this webcam claims it is 1080p 60 frames per second. It is not 1080p 60 frames per second. It's a lie. All the Logitech stuff, they lie. You can only get that if you're using their proprietary software. If you actually use a third-party thing like OBS, you'll get lower quality. It claims it's HD 1080p, but it's not as good at all. It's actually much lower quality than that. The lighting, like, is bad. Like, for example, when I was filming this setup with this camera, nothing looked good. Like, right now, I could tell you, if I was trying to film this with it, or this with it, like, it wouldn't look right. It would look all fucked up. All the exposure and everything was bad. And it doesn't do 60 frames at all. It claims it does, and it doesn't. You have to use their software, which you're never going to use. So basically, if I'm going to do, like, Discord calls and the like I could use this webcam in that PC. Now, I know for a fact it eats up your fucking processor, because when I used to use this webcam 1080p on my capture PC, my processor would go so high usage that I couldn't do it. I had to go to like low def, like, you know, like 480p. If I did 1080p, it would literally kill the memory on my streaming PC, which is really stupid. It would chop up and everything. So that's why I never did 1080p with this camera. But then when I got this new one, which is the Instalink, this one, I do 1080p, zero problems. Look how smooth everything is. It doesn't eat my processor up at all. So it's really just, it's the camera itself and how it utilizes your system stuff, right? Now, I do actually have a second tripod because back in the day, I used to use tripods for everything for filming. So I have a second one, but I want you to think about how convoluted this is going to be. If I'm ever going to do co-op gameplay with someone over and then have Discord, I have to have 2 webcams sitting next to me on 2 completely separate tripods, going to 2 different PCs, running everything at once. It's like insane, right? It's absolutely nuts. Like, I really need that? Oh, man. It's the wildest setup. But anyway, the good news is, from now on, I think what I will do is, like I just said, if I'm going to do a Discord call, I'm just going to unplug my webcam from here. I'll plug it into the gaming PC. I'll get it installed, and I'll just do it through there. And then after the fact, you know, go switch back to get it to work on this PC again. And there you go. I think that's just what I'm going to do. The only problem will be gameplay. So, like, if we play Chain Together again or we decide to do another game, they want to see my face cam while we're doing it, we're going to have to work something out. Maybe with this, or maybe I buy another webcam, right? Because this is old, too. Maybe I could just buy another one, you know, a decent one for like $100 or something, and have that be the one for my gaming piece. We'll see. Okay, this webcam will definitely be the one I use for podcasting and everything every day because this is such a great camera, right? Like the quality, the color's outstanding. So I don't know, and literally no one in chat seems to have known what happened. Like, I don't understand what on earth happened. That Discord just won't work right on this PC anymore. It changed nothing. So how could that happen? You know, and it's not like they could have forced a software update. It doesn't work. I don't get software updates for OBS or for Discord. So what happened that this is crashing, you know, with no setup changes or anything? It just doesn't want to work, right? So, all right. So that's that. Sorry for the issues yesterday. It was really annoying when it happened, but I think that'll be my workaround. And quite frankly, I think it'll work better this way because I don't need to wear headphones that way. I could just have all the audio of everything come through the TV speakers rather than me having to put on those wireless headphones that I was using to do those interviews over, you know, it's been about 1.5 years I've been using them. I'm like, they're not, you know, headphones, they don't really jive with me. I like them. I used them for a long time. And then I started getting issues with my ears and like, I like open air. So I think it'll just work out better overall anyway. Okay, let me get this out of here. All right. I have new topic, 2 positive updates for everyone today. All right, 2 positive updates. Positive update number 1. We have been talking about this recently. All right. As you know, a long time ago, 7 years ago, I became a full-time live streamer. And when I did, and I started looking for different sources of income and revenue to support me rather than just ad revenue on YouTube, one of the ideas that people came up with was merchandise. And to be honest, I never was looking to make a lot of money doing it or anything. It was just people had asked for it for many years. They were like, do you have any merch you sell or whatever? So at that point, Teespring reached out to me and said, we want to build you. This was 2017. They knew who I was. They knew my content. They said, we want to build you a merchandise store. We want to have a storefront with all these products. They actually designed some of my initial products for it. And then over the years, fans would make more cool designs and things, and I would add more products, okay? To be honest, I never really made a lot of money on Teespring. I think the most I ever made in a month was like $300 on it because I would try to keep the prices down so that people could afford the stuff. And I would make, like, no lie, like $1 or $2 per item that was sold. So that's what I mean. Like, even in a month where like 100 items was sold, I seriously made like $300. That was it. Okay. Now, they had that going for years, 2017 all the way through 2021. I want to say it might have been 2022, but I think it was 2021. And basically what happens is my trolls, my detractors, got together and actually made this big concerted effort to flood any business that I was associated with the negativity about me. They actually made this actual hate roll montage of like the Dead Space joke I made in 2010 that got me banned from Blip TV. racial jokes that I made from like 14 years ago, okay? Like, that's what they did. It wasn't like they took modern content. They actually took way outdated old content. They made this worst of real, and they sent it to all these companies saying, are you aware that DSP, who calls himself the king of hate, is a bigot, a racist, a sexist, and this is the guy who you have on your platform, and if you don't do something about it, we're going to blow this up, and we're going to make a big deal out of it, okay? Now, keep in mind, these were platforms that reached out to me. Teespring had reached out to me to have merchandise on their site, well knowing who I had been way in the past, right? They were okay with it. But now, all of a sudden, because they had like 20 of my trolls reaching out to them threatening this, they panic. So what did they do? Teespring shut my merch shop without even telling me. I didn't even know that it was shut down. And then someone said to me one day, because the thing was, it was, like I said, it wasn't a big thing for me. It wasn't like I was actively checking it or whatever. So to me, it's like no big deal. Every once in a while, I'll check on it. Maybe I'll update a product. I'll take $10 out of it that I made in the month or whatever, right? So one day people are coming on stream to me and they're like, hey, FYI, your merch shop is gone. What? So I went and checked. Yeah, it's gone. The page is just deleted. And I look, I go to log in to access it. It just says error. That's all it says, error. The fuck? So obviously I contact them and I say, hey, what gives? My shop is gone. And they responded, basically, we removed your shop for violations of terms. And I said, what violations of terms? The shops existed for 4 years. All the stuff, half the stuff on there you designed. There's designs on there you made, right? And then other designs, there's nothing on there at all that violates your terms of service. Tell me what violates your terms of service. I want to know right now. And you want to know what they said? We have no legal or obligation to ever respond to you. And then they never responded ever again. I'm serious. They said, well, we don't have to tell you anything. And then they just fucking ghosted me and never responded ever again. So, yeah, what happened is, I hate to say it, it's this woke mob mentality bullshit. All these businesses are going woke. And because 14 years in the past, I made risque jokes. Oh, God forbid that we give that person a platform to sell some merch, despite the fact we reached out to him in 2017 and made a shop for him. So does it make any logical sense? Of course it doesn't. But that's the thing. All these companies are changing for the worse. I'm sorry. There's a difference between, okay, we recognize, social justice and we're for equality and things. Or, oh, cancel culture woke mob over anyone who ever had a risque joke on the internet over 14 years ago and fucking punish them for it in the modern day. It doesn't make any fucking sense. But this is how they operate. These companies are run by fucking nitwits who don't understand business, don't understand anything about reality. So anyway, since then, basically I had no merch because I looked around at some other companies and stuff, and I did contact a few companies, and a few companies contacted me. In fact, as recent as March-ish, it was either March or April, a company contacted me and said, hey, we're a platform that not only does merch, but also accepts contributions and donations. It's kind of like a combination Patreon plus merch all in one encompassing deal. And they said, would I be interested? And I said, listen, I'm definitely interested in your merch thing because I've wanted to make merch for years. And here's the situation that happened with Teespring and everything. So I told them. And at first they're like, oh, no big deal. How bad could your trolls be? And I said, oh, no, you don't understand. I have these crazy, insane people, right, who A-log me constantly. They're on my ass. They want to ruin everything for me. So if you do business with me, I'm telling you, you'll make some money, but understand you're going to have people hounding you, sending you this nonsense on your social media and everything. So I want you to actually look me up because this person obviously was like a recruiter or whatever for the company. And I said, I want you to actually look me up, and I want you to see the amount of hate that I get, right, from these assholes. Then I want you to come back to me and tell me you actually want me to work with you, because I don't want to set up this entire shop, have it start running, have my fans want to buy stuff, and then you shut it down within a day because my trolls contacted you. And when I sent them that, and I said that, they never contacted me ever again. So that was like March or April of this year. So it's not like I'm not trying. It's just that no one really is willing to work with me because of my trolls, okay? Well, I do have some positive news, all right? I may have found a company, and they don't really give a shit, all right? This company basically deals with this kind of shit, and knows the deal and knows who I am. And let me put it this way, because I don't want to get ahead of myself, but basically it's kind of like they know the game, they see what's going on, and now they've seen my resurgence in the last month and a half. Like, they've seen me get popularity by being on Keno Casino and doing other things. And they're like, yeah, we get it. Now you probably would want, people would want some merch from you. So let's work it out. So I sent them a few logos, like basic stuff. This is not even like the stuff that probably would sell, but I just wanted to see what would happen. I sent them like 4 logos. And I was like, I'm just curious with these, what could you do? What kind of merch could you make? You know, what's the quality of your products? And they said, all right, what we're going to do, we're going to print you out a few demo items, you know, and we're going to send them to you. And I said, I would like to show them on stream, and they're okay with that. So they're coming supposedly sometime today. I just don't know when, because they're stupid USPS. So my fucking postal service, they could literally deliver right now, or they could deliver at like 8 p.m. That's how the postal service is here. Like, I have no clue when the fuck they're coming, and there's no way to even tell. All right. But supposedly the stuff is coming today. And again, these are not, like, this was before I even had the Philomania design, so I couldn't send them that because I didn't have it yet. You know, I've been you know, talking with these guys for a couple of weeks about it. But I understand, like, that would be one of the ones that you want, right? You would want, like, a Philomania t-shirt if you were looking for that, right? So anyway, supposedly the demo products are coming sometime today. And if they do, obviously what I'd like to do is go through them with you on stream, and we'll look at the quality. I'll see what kind of shirts are available or whatever. And go from there. And if it looks like good stuff that we're interested in, then I likely will work with them. And much like when I first worked with Teespring 7 years ago, they said what they want to do, they want to set up a storefront. They want to have, you know, I'll send them logos that they will make merch with, but also they might design some other things as well. They have a team of designers who they might design some interesting merch too. And then you'll have your options to pick what you want and just order. And it's easy. I don't have to do anything. All I do is I send them the logos. I don't even have to design the merch. I just send them the logos, and they'll have their people make merch out of it. And then we could look at it together on like podcasts and stuff to see what the new items are and stuff. And then you guys just order straight from them, and they ship straight to you. All right. So there you go. Now, this is not a guarantee. I want to see what, you know, what's the quality of this stuff today. This is kind of a big test, you know, hopefully it's good. You know, I don't think I've really dealt with a company where it was a crap, you know what I mean? But, you know, when you want to order a t-shirt and you're going to spend a good amount of money on it, because you know it's probably going to be at least $20 for a t-shirt, right? Let's face it. Today, to get anything custom made, it's at least the Philomania shirt I ordered was almost $30. I think it was like 26, 27 or something like that. They're expensive to get stuff made. So, yeah, so we'll see what the quality is. I hope it's like a really good quality material on the shirt or whatever. Apparently they sent me a few, so I guess we'll see different things and go from there. All right, so that's a really positive announcement, right? That's something that's been years in the making. People have wanted merch now for years. I couldn't give it to you, and then, you know, this last month and a half, with this resurgence of attention I've gotten on the internet, people say, hey, would you ever sell a shirt or whatever? You know, like that Philomania shirt. Well, now there's a possibility that it could actually happen. Okay. By the way, I want to say thank you to Daniel United 115, who gifted 5 memberships to the community. Thank you so much, Daniel, for that. And also a few super chats came in here. We had Cincinnati Harry, who did a super chat. Fill up the coffer, subjects. The tidings are required. Thank you, Cincinnati Harry, for that. And then Ralph did a super chat. Ralph from The Simpsons, by the way. And says, my mommy told me I'm smarter than LTG. Your mommy may be a very wise person. Thank you, Ralph, for the super chat. There you go. All right. So thank you for that. And like I said, guys, let's get it going with this king streak. When we hit the king streak today, and when, it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. When we hit the king streak during this stream, I'm going to go order food with my wife. We're going to get the food on the way for a live feasting with the king at the end of the gameplay session today. So around 4:30ish when it arrives, we're going to have a live feasting with the king. All right, but let's hit it. Let's just do it now. Let's crush it. Who's going to usurp the Imperial Guard and become the top tipper and sit on that throne of high prestige for this podcast? Let's see, because someone's going to do it. I know. Okay. Let's continue, shall we? I have another piece of positive news. I have the next guest of the Level 1 podcast lined up. However, this is not something that probably anyone is expecting whatsoever. But it's also, I just want to tell you, it's not like a high-end drama guest or anything like that. This is someone who personally I've wanted to have a conversation with for a long time. And this is someone who basically can shine a light on some stuff. That's all I'm going to say. Because basically we want to keep it a secret until like maybe the day before, and then I'll tell you what's going down. But they will be appearing on the end of the month on the show. Roughly the last week. I don't know exactly when yet, because basically we've got to work out our schedules. I don't even know what my work schedule is. As you know, my wife's schedule has been shifting around. But yeah, so, and by the way, it's not going to be anyone you guys guess, just so you know. It's not going to be anyone you guys guess at all. Because I know people are already saying stuff in chat. I'm telling you right now, none of you will ever guess it correctly. You won't. So you can try, go ahead, but I tell you, you'll all be wrong. Personally, I feel it's going to be a really interesting appearance and conversation. Okay? It's something long coming, actually. So, and I actually think right now is the right time for it as well, with everything that's been going on with me, you know, this resurgence and everything. It's a good time for it. Okay? So that's the final week of September. We will have a guest at some point on the show. I just don't know when yet. And then in early-ish October should be the next guest. And then I'm working on the next lineup of guests. And there's quite a few people who I've been talking with who I'm interested in doing. You guys have no clue. I have so much stuff cooking. I just don't know when the oven buzzer is going to go off and it's going to be ready to go. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got quite a few things cooking for very interesting podcast appearances, but just not yet. Like, it's not ready to go yet. I'm working on it. And I think it'll be some good stuff. Again, no guarantees. I'm not the kind of guy that wants to overpromise and then underdeliver. That's why I'm not going to be telling you, oh yeah, maybe this person, maybe this person. I'm not going to be, that's like gossip shit, right? So I'm not going to be doing that. But just so you know, I am working on certain things. Whoops. What did I just do? I just played the video by accident. I'm not going to, you know, spill the beans on anything yet until we have more information, but there will be guests. It's not like, oh, so Phil had a month of guests and now it's over. He'll never have a guest again. No, not at all. It's just that right now, this week particularly, I absolutely need to focus on these games and getting progress in them and everything, which I haven't. So I can't keep having days where, you know, most of the first stream is an interview or whatever. I need to really get focused. I need to get further in Warhammer. I need to play a lot of Astrobot. You know, I want to get into the games that I'm playing. Whether or not I do more Marvel Collection, I don't know. I would like to consistently play WWE Champions, but at this rate, I'm only getting to play it like once a week, which is just not really enough to really do much with it. You know, like I'm going to play it again Tuesday night, and I'm not going to really make much progress in it. You know, it's like, it's disappointing because that's the kind of game you need to play like 2-3 times a week, and I just don't have time for it right now, you know, with everything going on. So, anyway, yeah, so that's what's going on. 2 positive things. Possibility of merch. Samples are supposed to be arriving today. We can, you know, look at the samples together, judge, and if it looks good, then I can work with this company and let you know when things are set up. And I have one guest already lined up for the end of the month for the show. We will have more coming in October. Okay? Good stuff. Let's see here. Thank you to Dark Ethan for a $5 Canadian super chat. Thank you very much, Dark Ethan. And then Sybil just did a $5 super chat and said, LTG avoids saying your name directly on his stream, and he calls you Burt Reynolds. That's actually like a compliment. Does he realize that? That Burt Reynolds was a hugely respected, well-regarded person in acting for a very long time. He was a huge celebrity. Like, that's not an insult in any way. That's actually like a huge compliment. If he thinks it's an insult, it's because he's a fucking moron. You know, Burt Reynolds was like really well-regarded for a very long time. He mentions you at least 8 times during his stream last night. He's scared of you. Yeah, and what he doesn't understand is he doesn't know the game. He really doesn't. He doesn't understand the game at all, right? At all. Like a few days ago, right? You guys were like, "Are you going to respond to LTG?" I'm like, "No, I got shit to do today. I have important things to do, right? When it's slow." And we got something, you know, we save it up, right? And then after a few days or something, then we bring them up. It's not so, I don't need to mention this guy every fucking day. There's no point. You guys bring him up. I'm going to bring him up whenever I feel like it, when I need a topic, because, you know, it's nothing of any fucking importance on this planet. It's just a fucking, you know, a no-load guy who no one really cares about. But then, people will bring him up. All right, well, let me get the response. I look for the response. I can't fucking find it anywhere. Because this guy is, again, he doesn't know the game. He doesn't understand content creation. He doesn't understand back and forth at all. He doesn't get it. You're going to see, because in a moment, we're going to respond to his response to the response of a response. and it's the worst fucking video ever made. The way he does it is so pathetically bad. Like, it's just it's so bad. I don't know. I mean, I understand why people watch him because it's like people used to say about me. It's the train wreck, right? You want to see the train keep going and then roll right off the tracks and blow up. So you just keep watching. You can't look away. But it's like, god damn, this guy could do like ridiculous. Okay. Anyway, so we're going to do that in a moment. So thank you, Sybil. I want to get Sybil on the leaderboard for that super chat. And I want to see how we're doing on the stream before we move on to the topic, okay? Thank you, Sybil. All right, so guys, we are currently at almost 500 viewers, which is good. And now that I start talking about LTG, you know that more people are going to show up. We're at 94 likes. Guys, let's just hit 100 likes right now, immediately. There's almost 500 of you. Click the like button. And then after that, please keep clicking the like button. For those who haven't, let's get it to 150 because this stream is helped tremendously by the likes, the engagement. It helps a ton. And this channel has been actually boosted hugely on YouTube in the last month because of you guys. So let's keep that rolling. Thanks for the few super chats here. Thanks for the 5 gifted memberships. Let's keep that going too. That support is helping this channel so much behind the scenes. You have no idea. And like I said, because of that support, I'm going to be able to start doing things in my house that have been broken for years. Getting a new streaming PC. This is the stuff I'm looking to do with your extra support. All right. I'm directly telling you this is what it's going to go to, and I can't wait. So thank you. Okay. Oh, and of course, guys, the King's Tips. What's going on with this? $5? $5. Really? Come on. Let's get some tips in. Let's get Imperial Guard off the top spot on the leaderboard. We got way more in super chats and memberships than we have in tips, and this is what we need to hit to continue the streak and get feasting with the king today. Let's get some tips in right now. All right, let's crush it. All right, let's go. All right, let's do it. I know you guys want this segment. You're dying for this segment, correct? All right, we'll get to this. Time for a new segment, everyone. Time for the next topic. It is time to react to, excuse me. It is time to react to this man yet again. All right, and let's see how this goes. So first of all, it's 20 minutes. So again, if you're gonna react to someone, right? Try to be concise. Or no, 20-minute clip. Okay, 20 minutes. Great. Do you really think I'm gonna watch 20 minutes? I don't think so. I'm probably gonna skip around. And once you see how bad this is done, it's hilarious. So just to show you, this is the tweet I made. He reacted to that tweet with his webcam in the corner. All right. I reacted to that reaction, and this is me. He's reacting to the reaction, to the reaction, to the reaction, but he has his webcam over his old webcam, so you can't actually tell if when he's talking, if it's now or before. It's like impossible to discern because he did it so poorly. You can't tell what the fuck is going on the screen, right? Like you notice today I'm a different color background. So if you were to watch this reaction, you say, okay, so the green was the old one, the blue is the recent one. He literally has the same shot, the same webcam, the same spot. You can't tell anything. It's the most confusing, stupid thing ever, right? So let's see if we can even make heads or tails of what the fuck's going on in this clip. All right. And by the way, is this archived in his channel? No. Is this archived on anyone? No. This had to be mirrored, ripped, pulled, edited to get it anywhere. The guy doesn't archive any of his content. So you can't ever, like he talks, obviously he wants a response. You can't fucking respond because he hides it. How do I respond when you hit all your content? Like, why are you running with your tail between your legs after you finish a stream to hide it from the internet? Maybe if you acted like a normal human, so you weren't banned from every goddamn platform, you wouldn't have to hide all your content, right? Like, dude, I've been in the game for 16 plus years. I've never been banned from YouTube. And I did some fucked up stuff back in the day, the stuff I said and did. I've never been banned. I'm not banned on Twitch. I'm out of their partner program, but I'm not banned on Twitch. I can go to any platform I want. Why can't you play the game? Well, how are you banned from everywhere? Like, that's insane. Anyway. Let's see what he had to say this time.
Came off for this.
So wait, so you saw what just happened? Hold on. No, I mean, you can't make this shit up. So we're going to go to the beginning. So this is his webcam today. All right. Cam off for this. And then watch what happens.
Came off for this.
It cuts to exactly the same angle and webcam anyway. So he turns off his current webcam to replace it with the old webcam. So it looks the same. Like, what the fuck? You couldn't, like, say, okay, let me move the camera or, you know. No. It's just... Okay.
If low-tier guy would climb out of his castle to be on Level 1 podcast and have a respectful, normal conversation with me.
So now he's just playing back his full clip. Instead of going to the parts where I responded, he's playing the full clip. So now he's reading, he's literally watching himself read, which has zero value. We know what the original thing was. There was a Twitter post and he responded to it, then I responded to it. Why do we have to watch his response again? He wants to watch his own response back, like, in full for some bizarre reason. Just fucking get to the point. I can't, and the thing is, I mean, I can't tell where to go. Like, when does he actually start talking? This is all his old webcam, right? Where's the current webcam? Like, when does he respond in this fucking video? I can't even figure it out because it's so fucking stupid. It's so bad, right? All right, let's just skip ahead here. Let's say, hopefully this is it. This looks like it's the current webcam, I think. When you do the work, you will be paid after the work. That's how life... No, it's not. That's the old webcam. Oh. Dude, this is impossible. This is seriously impossible. If work, you get paid after the work for the work you put in. Really, I tell you right now, do you guys not think that if that man came on my show, see what I'm doing? See my webcam's not in the same spot. It's a different color, so you can tell this is the current video. It's too hard to do for him. And we sat here for but let's be honest, he has no lighting either. Like, look, that's like a fucking... It's just regular light in his room. It's like a fucking lamp. It doesn't have a light to turn on to even color his setup, so you wouldn't even know what, you know, if it's a different day or whatever, you know? Shooting the shit about everything, right? Everything. And I'm sure he'd talk some shit, and I would talk some shit. Okay, so this is now him actually responding, it looks like. It took us a while to figure it out.
I'm trying to figure out, like... who do these fucking niggas think that I am? You know what I'm saying?
You don't want me to answer that question.
Say, like, wasn't there a time where this nigga was, like, backed up on mortgage and all types of shit? Like, why do these niggas have some sort of, like, weird fixation on that I don't make money? Like,
was there a time that I was backed up on my mortgage? There was a time that I went through a bankruptcy. Yeah. And now that was 4.5 years ago. And now things are much better because I've recovered from it like an intelligent individual. Rather, you know what I mean? Like, what is your point? So at one point, I had some financial troubles. I've bounced back from it. What does that have to do with anything? I don't know. You tell me.
Why do people think that? Like...
Wait, why do people think that you need money? Because you keep asking for it. You say, hey, let's do content everyone wants to see that would be good for everyone. You and me would make bank on it. No, I don't want to do that unless you pay me money up front. So you need money. Oh, no, I don't need money. Then you don't ask for it. If you don't like pizza, you don't ask people to keep delivering pizzas to your house. I mean, this is not, again, this is not rocket science. This is not Einstein level shit. This is like common sense shit. But he doesn't understand it. You don't ask for something you don't want or need. Why would you? That's why people think you're broke, because you keep asking for money.
Like, because I don't floss it in your fucking face? Like,
you definitely don't floss it in the face. I mean, take a look at your setup, dude. You got your $30 felt background there, right? You got a cat tree with no cat. I don't know where your cat is. And you have an LED wall that's not pointing to the camera that no one can see. And you got like a college lamp playing there somewhere, you know, lighting it. You definitely don't floss it in our face, that's for sure. Your whole setup there is under like $50.
I'm never going to tell niggas how much I make, but just know that there's no job, there's no career, there's like nothing that can compare to what I'm able to accumulate off being myself for a living.
Well, that's number one, because no one would hire you. Like, no one would ever hire. After the things you've said and done on the internet, you're banned from every platform. Today, when you go to apply for a job, they do this social searching on the internet. They look for who you are, and immediately they're going to find, oh, this is him. And they're going to hit play on a clip, and they're going to hear your mouth, and they're going, oh, shit. So you never get a job anyway in the offline sector. You have to be online forever. I also am in the same situation. because of the amount of A-logging that happens to me, the amount of assholes who don't like me, I would probably never be able to get any kind of a job in the offline sector. So in that regard, that I can understand what he's saying, but I don't think that's what he's getting at, but that I can understand what he's saying, okay? So let's keep going.
5 bins is just me being a smartass. That doesn't even do anything for me. I don't even need the 5,000 at all.
Then you wouldn't ask for it. Because it's being a smartass. No, it's you running away like a coward. You are creating an obstacle, a hurdle to making good content. You don't want to make good content because it takes you out of your little comfort zone bubble and makes you have to do work that could actually be challenging or mentally challenging or stimulating or stressful. You don't want that. You want to sit there in your little bubble and talk to your people on your fucking Discord and act like it's content. It's not content, all right? That's called being lazy. That's why no one wants you for shit. That's why you on all these fucking podcasts and shit, and no one cares about you because you're boring. People want to see DSP versus LTG, and you refuse to give them what they want. You put these weird goalposts and hurdles before the content everyone wants to see can happen. Why would you do that? If you really don't need the money, then you're just a coward. If you need the money, then you're a broke bum. So which is it, right? Are you broke or are you a coward? It's one or the other, and you set yourself up for this. It's not me that created the hurdles to the content. You did. So now you have to answer the question. Which is it? Are you broke or are you a coward? And now you have to account for what you've said and done.
I get 5,000 today. What do I do with it?
Improve your backdrop. For God's sakes, do something with it, man.
Like what do I need with the 5K?
And who is he talking to? Like, no one's responding. Like, you would think, oh, he's talking to people in his chat. No one's saying anything. Right? You make like $250K a year. Someone believes that. Yes, someone who makes $250K a year sits in a crowded ass fucking like apartment bedroom that looks like it's like 20 square feet with a felt background that you can buy at fucking Joann Fabrics and a cat tree. That's the 250K way. He totally wouldn't have like a better setup, right?
So why would I need to go out of my way to lend my clout? Just take a look at the
You don't have any clout. Why does he keep saying that? You don't have any clout. No one who associates with you gets a rub. No one gets some kind of positive boost for being associated with LTG. I got a positive boost for being on Kino Casino. I got a positive boost for having a very nice, calm interview with Keemstar. I will never get a positive boost from associating with LTG. It's the opposite, actually. But the thing is, it's just something everyone wants. Everyone's always wanted DSP, LTG, and that's why it should happen.
When I played Deji, what did I get for it? 100 candies?
What did he say? When he played someone, what did he get for it? I don't know. It's some reference I don't understand.
Those videos basically got 1 million views. The Tekken videos, they got 1 million views. I got nothing for it. Anytime that I like lend myself to something, everybody else benefits and I don't.
So we got to the root of it. We've literally just got to the root of it. He thinks that if he does content with me, all right, that he's not going to benefit from it. Therefore, he's asking for money up front because he needs the money. You understand? That's why. Because if he didn't need the money, he's like, fuck it. Let's break the internet. Let's do the content. But he wants the money. He doesn't think he's going to make any money on it. He outright just said, I made 100 candies on videos that made 1 million views. Yeah, well, that's your fault. Where is your fan base then? If you claim you have 3,800 paid subscribers on Twitch, right? If this is legit, where are they when you're doing these special events to support you? Wouldn't they say, hey, we really want to support LTG, so let's come out in force and let's watch the stream version of what he's doing. Let's do super chats. Let's do fucking bits. Let's toss shit his way. Let's support him or build him up. Why wouldn't they do that? Don't you think that my fan base would? Of course they would. If this was DSP versus LTG, my side would be well supported. People would be positive and happy to see it happen. They'd be ecstatic. They'd be so hyped. This stream, right now, this stream has 500 so viewers. This stream would have 1,500, 2,000 viewers. If I was playing against you in Street Fighter, if I had you on the show, the stream would be blown up. So why doesn't that happen on your end, Mr. Sparrow? Mr. Tweety Bird? Why doesn't that happen on your end? I want you to think about that. I wonder why people don't support me positively when I do content. Maybe if you can figure out the answer, maybe you could improve yourself the future, right? But that's something you have to figure out.
Niggas have YouTube channels. You figure out how to get the paper. We'll never do anything. We're never gonna do anything. Like I said, I don't even need 5K. I can.
If you don't need it, you wouldn't ask for it, and you wouldn't be complaining that you get nothing out of previous things that you've done. You are so salty that you don't make bank when people involve you in their content. So that's your problem. You need to figure out a way to make bank. It's not even hard. It's pretty simple to figure out how to make bank off of a hype event, a crossover event. You just, for some reason, you think that sitting in your Discord, talking to your echo chamber is somehow going to bring you money. It's not. Like, no one cares. No one's going to say, hey, Mr. Sparrow, here's a bunch of money. Go do the thing with DSP. That will never happen. All right? It takes some ingenuity. It takes some hard work. It takes some thinking and skills, some critical thinking, thinking outside the box. But I guarantee you, if you really have that fan base that you tout every day on your stream, the 3,800, you can make a lot of money. You just have to use your brain. Maybe that's the problem.
I make that shit myself easily, no problem. I don't know what these weirdos think that for some magical reason look, all right, whatever. I'm not gonna start telling you the prices of shit and all that. I really don't give a fuck. 300, all right, 300 gifted, cool. But I still lost at the end of the day. That moment is past. But the YouTube
300 gifted, cool, but I still lost at the end of the day. So I guess what they're saying is he got 300 gifted memberships or subs or whatever because he did some collab, but then at the end of the day, he was a loser. I mean, if that's how you see it, like a gifted membership on Twitch, I think it's $5 a membership. And on Twitch, you get, what, half of that? So if he got 300 gifted subs, he made about $700, $800 out of that for just doing one set. I mean, that's pretty good. You're playing a set of a fighting game and you make $800 off of the set. I mean, I don't think that's a failure. What exactly was he expecting? Was he expecting someone to pay him $5,000 or $10,000? No one's ever going to do that. You're not worth that. That's the problem. This guy has such an overinflated value in his head of who he is. And, you know, you're never going to receive those kinds of money from anyone. No one will ever pay you that much.
YouTube video is up, full of hate comments, more slanderous shit all over the fucking YouTube channel, so on and so forth.
Dude, that is just part of the game, and you know it, and I know it, because it's the same thing happens to me every day. You know, and there's nothing you could do about it. If you were smart, you would call out some of the people who are the big dumbass offenders, and you could razz them, and you make content out of it like I've been doing, right? I've actually been tame on that in the last couple of weeks, because honestly, my track has been quite boring. There's like nothing going on there. They're just like fucking empty-headed. There's nothing to really discuss. But, you know, that's what you do. Not sit there and stew about it. I mean, how long have you been in the game? Over a decade, and you don't know that this is the game and how it's played? The moment you put yourself on the internet in a public face, that people are going to make fun of you, right? And the things you said and did, people are calling them out, and that's what happens, man. Happened to me too. I'm not, you know, I'm ashamed at some of the shit I've done. I just did a 12-hour react to my documentary, looking at all the stupid shit I've done over the years, right? So I'm not immune. I'm not trying to be a hypocrite here. But dude, you're gonna sit here and bitch that people made videos about it. You made money on it, so who cares what the videos came out of it, right?
So at the end of the day, I ultimately lose when I do collabs and shit, because I don't have anything on YouTube I could put on to force back a narrative. You feel me?
Because you're banned from YouTube. That's why. Because you're banned from YouTube. I mean, what? You can't make it up. There are other video sharing sites, that other than YouTube, that he could go to. But you could, I feel, when I hear him say something like that, it feels to me like he just feels like he's a crushed man. He's defeated. He's like, it doesn't matter where I go, they're gonna ban me anyway. So like, he doesn't even want to try, which is sad. I mean, that is fucking sad, because, you know, the guy could have a platform if he could just like behave, and apparently he just doesn't know how to behave, and that's the problem. You know, I can't. So you can razz me, but I can't razz you back. Well, you can. You just gotta do it on your streams, right? By the way, thank you to Dark Ethan for a super chat, who says, "Blood for blood gods, skull for the skull throne fill." Thank you very much, Dark Ethan, for the super chat there. And guys, I'm just gonna say this again. Come on, let's get some tips right now. We haven't had any tips at the beginning of the show, and I know you guys are enjoying the show. The viewership has gone up just like I predicted it would. We got 141 likes. Let's get that to 150, and let's get some contributions in. Let's hit this goal so we can order some food for later. All right. All right, let's continue. Right? But we could talk about all kinds of shit. Don't you think that people would like support that guy and give him some income?
Give me income. God. Who? Oh man.
Why is it funny? It doesn't even make sense. He laughs because he has no answer. He laughs like it's a joke when he has absolutely no valid response to what I'm saying. So I say, wouldn't you make income if we did it? And then he can't respond because either his response is, no, I wouldn't because my supporters actually don't support me. I didn't make big money on my previous collabs, right? Or the fact that he got exposed that he needs the money bad and that's why he's demanding it up front. Like, he has no answer, so he laughs. He's trying to think so hard in his head, like, how do I come back to that and not look like a complete idiot?
This dude's lucky I'm not a standard black.
I don't even want to know what that means. I really don't.
Here and just show all types of paper trails, receipts, and just
for what? Who's asking for paper trails and receipts? What is he talking about? When did I say open your bank account?
I'm never gonna do it though.
He's never gonna do it. Hey, that was a really rare appearance for you. That was really good. Here's some income. You're actually reaching out to someone who people have wanted to see you interact with for so many years, right? That's where you're going to get the benefit. This is why this is boring. He hits play. He just lets it run. He's not even paying attention. What the fuck is he doing? What are you doing right now? You're on stream, supposedly making content for your audience. You're staring down at your phone or something. Dude, this is boring as fuck. People want to hear you watch and respond, not fucking sit there looking at something else. What are you doing, right? He probably is checking his income. How much you want to bet? He's like, oh shit, I wonder how much money I actually have because, you know, I'm actually probably broke. I need to see if I'm in the red today. Let me check my bank account while this is playing. But he definitely would make bank. I don't know if he would make $5,000 or anything, but he definitely would make some bank because he was on here. He would fucking, his follow, again, look at his sub count that's below his screen there, which I guess is legit. 3,626 out of 3,700. On subs alone, this man is making like $7,000, $8,000 a month minimum, because it could be more. I don't know what his sub level is, but if it's that $5, why do I have to hear myself from the other day? Why can't he just fucking respond? Dude, this is so stupid. He's not even paying attention. Sub level on Twitch, right? Then he's making 7, 8K a month just on subs alone. That's huge. That's to be applauded. That's to be respected. I want to flash forward at this point. Why don't you think that your fans would then support you even further?
I live in Cali, even 8 bands a month. Bro, I made 8 bands a month. Shit, 4 years ago.
He said, I live in Cali. I made 8 bands a month 4 years ago. Okay? Doesn't have to do with anything. That was the point I'm making. Is that you're making good money already, so why are you demanding money up front if you're already making good money? It must not be about that. So he's validating the points I'm making completely. I'm saying if you really don't need the money, you're a liar, right? What you're actually doing is you're creating a hurdle for us making content because you're a pussy and you don't want to do it. It has nothing to do with the fact that, oh, I need to pay you money up front. You don't need it. So he's validating my points.
And niggas, like, nobody could ever come in here and calculate anything about me. Nobody knows me personally.
No one cares, but no one wants to. You're the one who's making financial demands. No one wants to care about how much money you make, but when you say, pay me this up front, pay me this up front, pay me this up front, it insinuates you need the money. You're desperate for the money or you wouldn't ask for it up front. It's your fault that people are saying this shit now.
Nobody's had a conversation about me. I mean, a conversation to me. Nobody's had a conversation with me. You can't guess anything about me. Everything about me on the internet is speculation. So stop trying to pocket watch, bro. Everybody's always going to be incorrect.
No one's pocket watching. I don't care how much money you make, but stop asking for money up front to do something then and be a man about it. Stop lying to everybody. That's all it is. It's lying and coping and excuses.
Look, even Alexa started talking. Alexa, stop. That's what I'm saying. Like, why are you trying to pocket watch?
Oh, even Alexa was pocket watching. Alexa was trying to figure out what the fuck you're talking about because she's in the next room. Mr. Sparrow, you're full of bullshit, Mr. Sparrow. Why are you fucking lying again, Mr. Sparrow? He's like, Alexa, stop that. Even this AI in his house is against him. I received a $2 tip. Don't spend it all in one place. Thank you so much to $2 tipper who tells me don't spend it all in one place. I appreciate that. All right.
Nigga, if I was in year 2024 and I only made 8 bands a month, that means I've been failing in life.
Fair enough.
Let's see. I'll just say this one time. So in 2020, I would say my highest year.
What, dude? This is so boring. I don't care about how much you make. No one cares about how much you make. Literally, no one's doing this but him. What he's doing, he's trying to divert the subject to be like, oh, well, I don't need money because I'm rich. Yeah, but if that's the case, why are you asking for money to do content? No one cares. Like, literally, no one cares enough about you to pay you anything. So even if you do make the numbers you're saying, no one cares. That's not even the subject at hand. You're diverting, you're trying to really desperately turn the attention somewhere else because you have no answer for what everyone's asking. Here's what everyone is asking you, Mr. Sparrow. Why won't you do content with DSP? Why are you asking for money up front you know you will never receive in order to do work with DSP? What's your answer to that, right? And if your answer is, well, I won't get anything out of it, you don't need anything out of it. You're rich, right? It's the content everyone wants. Not just me, your viewers too. Everyone wants to see this, and you hide from it. You run from it. Why? What are you so fucking afraid of? That's the real question that needs to be answered, not how much money you make in a year, because no one gives a fuck.
I'll give you guys 2 insights. Highest month.
I'm gonna skip this. I don't care how much money you make.
Summer 20. Let's see if we're
I don't care.
$46,000.
I don't care.
What year was that?
I don't care.
Niggas playing me in Smash. 2018.
Don't care.
I'm talking about, I'm not talking about currently. I'm talking about just too many to me or some shit like that about, oh, 5,000, nobody's gonna pay. Then don't pay it to me. I'm telling you.
I'm not going to. No one is. No one thinks you're worth that much.
But peon price that if you want me on your fucking platform, I suggest you just give me the money. Other than that, stop talking to me about money and all this revenue and all that type of shit.
No one is. You are. No one is. You are. You're the one asking for money, which means you need it. No one asks for something and demands something they don't need. How do you not? Again, does common sense not jive with this guy's brain? You've created the dialogue, not me. I don't care how much you make.
I'm well taken care of. I handle my business. I've been grinding on the internet for 10 years.
And I've been grinding on the internet for 16 years. So, I mean, we have that in common for sure.
Basically. So I'm definitely doing the right things in life. I don't need to collab with no nigga.
No, you know, that's true. You don't have to. You don't have to do anything. You could just stay in your lane and you could be boring and you could sit on your island there with your little echo chamber, your bubble, and bounce off the fucking bubble wrap of the protected walls of where you stream from. And that's fine. If that's really what you want to do. Like, I don't think I can fault him for that. That's what I had to do for the longest time because my detractors are so bad. I couldn't even branch out from what I was doing, right? Like, I wanted to, and I couldn't. Now things are changing for the better, and that's a great thing. So, I mean, if that's really what he wants to do, I guess that's that. But I'm saying the internet wants this man to do more content. They totally, every day people are saying, why don't you do something with LTG? Phil, this new fighting game came out. Why didn't you play him? Phil, what about this? Have him on your show. I can't. The guy's hiding. He has this hidden bunker somewhere. No one knows where he is, or, can't work with the guy at all. And then when he does do stuff, it's pointless. He does a bunch of fucking interviews that are worthless and do nothing for him. Like, what the fuck, man?
I don't need to have niggas on my stream. I don't need to collab. I'm not hungry for collabs. I got an authentic fan base that fucks with me, and I'm not going to collab with a nigga that's been bad mouthing me and shit like that. It's pointless.
A guy that's been bad mouthing me. Making factual observations is bad mouthing, right? No, there was no bad mouthing. What happened was suggestions were made that we make content together. I entertained them, and then you badmouthed me. You made comments about my appearance, about my setup. You made all these comments that were very insulting. That I had to lose weight, that I had to fix my hairline, I had to work on my sexy, I had to get a better webcam, I had to get a better setup. I had to do all these things to even qualify to have a collab with you. That was the first words out of your mouth. It wasn't, I'm just not interested, which it seems like what you're saying now. It was all these insults. So once the insults start rolling off of your tongue, then you're going to get it back. Now you're like, oh, I'm not going to work with anyone who insults me. You did it first because you're insecure. So you did it first. Now you get it back. You can't take it. Oh, I won't do it now. Well, I don't know what else to tell you, man.
So I'm saying, like, these niggas want me to come on here and leak receipts and tax returns, and I'm not.
No one's asking for that. When did I ever say leak a receipt or a tax return? Who is it? I think he's grouping me with other people. Seriously. I think there's people who like I don't even know what's going on. Is there a drama arc going on with LTG right now about his money? See, I didn't even know that. Is that true? Does anyone know if that's actually happening? Because if that's the case, I need to say this, and this should hopefully someone will give this portion to LTG. This has nothing to do with that at all. I don't even know about that. I don't care about how much you make. I don't care about nothing. Like, that has nothing to do with that. People are saying, yes, there is actually a drama arc going on right now. He has $121,000 in debt. I didn't know that. I don't care. I'm responding to his reactions to me. Do you understand? He's like grouping me in with people who I don't even know what he's talking about. So now I know this is going on. I don't care about that. I don't care about his debt. I don't care about what he makes. What I care about is what he says to me. And when he says to me, pay me all this money up front to do a collab, that's never going to happen because you're not worth that. Get it? That's all. I don't care about anything else. So I will say this then. If he was misunderstanding, I apologize for the misunderstanding because I didn't care about that at all. I don't give a shit about his personal stuff behind the scenes. Why would I? That's no one's fucking business, in my opinion. But don't group me in with those other assholes who are A-logging you and harassing you about that shit because that's not what I'm talking about here.
Not doing any of that for nobody. I gave you two numbers from 2018, 2020. Take what you want with it. Yeah, trying to lecture.
So that's what the whole segment was. He was talking to his detractors, basically. He wasn't talking to me. How dumb.
Making like you can't do that. Like you can't go band for band with me, as a black nigga would say. This is a joke to me. I mean, I did that just out of love for Destiny. That's why I did the little collab with him. I just like.
Did you hear what he just said? He did the collab with Destiny out of love for him. That's probably the worst thing you could have said. Is he not aware that in the last year, Destiny has been like fucking embarrassed and felted left and right? I guess he didn't pay any attention to that, right? He's trying to get to intellectual discussions with people. People are wiping the floor with him. He's got a whole drama arc going on with his relationship. He's got all this fucking stuff going on. He thinks, oh, I love Destiny. I got to collab with that guy. Oh my God. Like, dude, what on earth are you talking about? Sure. You totally didn't do it because you thought it was going to give you a boost. You did it because you love Destiny. That's a really, really embarrassing thing to say.
Like, like the shit that he has going on and everything like that. But, I mean, ultimately, I don't gain anything from doing collabs if I do them in the first place. I gain nothing for it.
That's the problem. This is the problem. He had the big thing with Jay Snyder 100 years ago. And he got so publicly embarrassed during that, right? And since then, he's tried to recover. And he looks like he did a few more. And every time he does it, nothing happens, right? Nothing happens for this man. So now he's like, there's absolutely no way I would do it unless I'm guaranteed some kind of a benefit. And in his mind, that's a payday. You know what I'm saying? Like that, he needs the payday. If he doesn't get the payday, he's freaking out that, I won't get, I'll get ripped off or whatever. I think it's exactly what it is. And, oh, wow, I have a big shout out to do. I'm so sorry to this person. I really apologize. I have a big shout out to do, and we're going to do it in a second, okay? Let me finish my thought. He's looking for a big payday. And I understand that. If you've done a bunch of collabs and none of them panned out, and you really, because what it is you can tell as he talks, there's this persona and this bullshit he protrudes forward. I'm rich, I make all these bands, blah, blah, blah. Then all of a sudden the truth comes through. Man, I did all these collabs in the past and I got nothing out of it, right? That's the truth. That's all he has to say. Literally all he has to say is, listen, DSP, I don't want to do a collab with you because I've done collabs in the past. They don't work out. I never get anything out of it, whether it's money, whether it's popularity, a boost. I never get anything out of it whatsoever. And because of that, I'm afraid of doing another one because it looks like it never works out. So it's like, I kind of understand. So what he's saying is, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. This would be what, his fourth, fifth collab that he doesn't think he's going to get anything out of it. So, all right, so here's the question. I'm not going to pay this guy any money. He doesn't deserve it, all right? But how do we guarantee this man that he gets something out of it, right? How do we do that, right? That's the question. Because everyone wants to see me either play him in Street Fighter or interview him or whatever. So how do you do that, right? That's what we got to really figure out. And I think that's the discussion we should begin. Like, how do we get this guy some kind of a guaranteed benefit? So if he actually does it, he'll get something out of it. That I can, you know what? I can completely and utterly 100% understand that. That I don't think I have an issue with whatsoever. But I just wish that this guy would tell the truth, because he doesn't. That's the problem. If he would just say what it is that the problem is, then I think people would understand. But he's like, he so mixes it with so much bullshit that you can't even get to the point. Like, look, we had to take so long to get to this part to actually figure out what he was saying, and now we kind of get it, right? The problem is there's another 11 minutes. You really think I'm going to listen to another 11 minutes of this? Of course I'm not. I'm not listening to another 11 minutes of this. Absolutely not. All right? But we're going to get through it, because I've actually heard something in this I want to know about, because someone said he's talking about Keemstar, and I want to hear that part. All right? I want to hear that part, and I know it's coming. I just don't know what point, okay? And yes, someone did a very generous tip. I'm going to shout it out, but I want to try to get through this first. I swear I'm very sorry, because I missed, someone had done a generous tip and I had missed it. They did a small tip. They said, hey, did you miss it? No, I saw. I'm sorry. That's my fault. I swear I'll shout it out. Okay.
But it's just more so like, all right, I fuck with the person, I'm gonna do the collab. But why would I like do a collab with this nigga? Like, what do I gain from this? He puts it on his YouTube channel.
Here you go.
It goes on his YouTube channel. All the hate comments go on his YouTube channel. Niggas are congratulating him. Like, I get nothing for it. You feel me?
Bro, see, why didn't you just say this up front? Dude, Mr. Sparrow, why didn't you just say this? That's all you had to say. Why do we have to go back and forth for like 3 weeks? All you had to say was this right up front. This would have fixed everything. We would have known exactly what's going on, because now that we know what's going on, we can tackle the problem. We can work on it. We can try to figure out, how could this benefit you? That's the truth. I get it. Why on earth would you do a collab that doesn't benefit you? Why don't you just say that, man? I hate people that beat around the bush. At least now we got the answer.
So in order for me to endure the jokes and bullshit, I need, you know what? Instead of 5, now I need 25,000. Free in life already. The price just went up doing it, and something is not my passion. I already paid for it. Simple. So give me 5 games.
He said
25,000. Like, it's very simple. Anybody that wants clout off me,
I will not get any clout off you.
Oh my god.
Clout to me. All right.
That's delusional.
Always said you're the black DSP. They've wanted to see this.
I've never said I was the black DSP. Oh my god.
$25,000.
What's wrong with this dude?
He thinks he's worth $25,000. This guy actually thinks he's worth $25,000. I gotta keep going, because I said I've been told I have to get to this certain point. There's a really interesting part. Hopefully it's coming up.
I never even said that. Scott said that shit on Twitter like 10 years ago, bro.
Oh, now we're back to the old webcam that's not moving. I'm so confused. And who's he talking to?
Poor guy.
Crossover happened for ages. I've heard it year after year. People always ask me for it, and I'm like, I can't give it to you because he refuses. All right?
Just pay me.
No one's going to ever pay you. Ever. No one. No one's going to offer you money up front for anything. There's no value there. They want you to make the content first and then wait for it as it's happening. That's how content creation on the internet works.
You wanna set with low tier guy? Give me money. This guy's telling me, of all people, how content creation works on the internet.
Yeah, obviously I have to. I mean, you tried it your way and you got banned from every single platform. You hide your content after you make it. I'm pretty sure I know how to make content better than you. You know, I've been around 16 years. I'm not going anywhere. And you're hiding in a little corner of the internet because you're not welcome anywhere. I'm pretty sure I know how to make content better than you, Mr. Sparrow.
You're telling me that?
Then where is this part? Idea. It's dumb. Because just admit I'm going to beat you, and that's why you're not going to do it.
Oh yeah.
Come on the show instead. Just come on the show.
You want me to be on some stupid podcast? Give me money. Not peon money either. Something that like.
See how bad this is? So he has the video at very low volume, so you can barely hear it. Then he's commenting over it, but then his webcam's there, but it's his old webcam, but then it's the new webcam, but then it's the old webcam again. It's the most confusing piece of content. You can't even follow what's going on because he's so fucking convoluted. Like, I can't figure out what's going on. I just want to get to this part because I was told to watch this part. I don't know where it is, though. We have fucking 9 more minutes to get to. It better not be 9 minutes in.
5K is even low ball. I need 10. I need 10 bands for this.
Now he wants 10. He's insane. Dude, I got offered 5 times more than that. This might be part of something. No one offers you anything, dude. You're not getting anything.
This nigga's an idiot. Like, Keemstar offered me an undisclosed amount that was way more than 50K to do XYZ. I'm gonna just leave it at that, though. Nobody offers me anything. I'm just a bum, guys.
You heard what he just said. You heard exactly what he just said, right? You just heard that. That was out of his mouth. I didn't create that clip. He made that clip. All right? What a rube. What a fucking rube. He doesn't know that I talked to Keemstar. He thinks, he thinks like I can't verify anything. He's a rube. Now, I'm not going to show you a Keemstar DM, but I'm going to read it word for word. You ready? I said last night to Keemstar, did you know LTG is saying you offered him undisclosed amounts and apparently he refused you? I find it very hard to believe considering you're public with your projects and that's pretty dishonest. Not that I'm trying to stir up drama or anything, laughing out loud. And I showed him the clip. And Keem responded. And here's what Keem says. I was trying to set up LTG with a boxing match. Okay, so it must have been that happy punch. So basically after Boogie and Wings boxed, he wanted to have LTG box someone at Happy Punch. I don't remember what the offer was, but I don't think that's what he's saying here. So what Keem is saying is there's no way that's what he offered him. All right? And I responded, I guarantee you it is. He's grossly over-exaggerating as he always does. So the truth of the matter is, no, LTG, you weren't offered way more than 50K to go on Happy Punch because Boogie and Wings went on Happy Punch, and how much did they make? Anyone know how much money they made? It wasn't 50K, I can tell you that. People, I think, was it 10K? People are saying it was 10K. He offers 10K for boxing, right? He outright is telling me right in this DM, no, that's not what this is. Like, there's no way he offered him that. If it was, he doesn't remember specifically what he offered him, but that can't be what he's referencing. Well, then what is he referencing? Because it doesn't exist. The only association Keem ever had with LTG was offering him a Happy Punch boxing match, and that's 10K. So you're caught, dude. Red-handed. You're an idiot. The moment that you open your mouth about dumb shit like this, you're fucked. You should have just kept your mouth shut instead of, this is it, his web of lies. All he had to do was say, I want a way to benefit from the collab. That's all he had to say. I want a way to benefit from the collab, and then we can work on that and figure it out. Instead, you make up all these bullshit excuses. I was offered 50K to be a part of a podcast. You were likely offered 10K to do Happy Punch, and you turned it down. But now you lie about it a year later like no one's going to know. Everyone fucking knows everything. Everyone knows.
I get no money in life. I drive shit vehicles.
All right, we're done. Because you see what he's doing? He's down to the pity party again where, I don't have this, I don't have that. No one cares. Like, you see, that's the thing. Like, he is obsessed with his own image and his personal success. And in reality, no one gives a shit. And if you want to know the truth, do you want to know why? Okay, here's why. Are you ready for this? Let me go back to the better, because this is a better shot of him right there, okay? And in fact, hold on. All right, let me do something here. Let's zoom in. Let's enhance, okay? And then let's enhance again. And let's enhance. 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 Yes, this is from Super Troopers. Enhance. Okay. Now, you want to know why people say this guy has no money? Here's why, all right? Take a look at his setup. I'm going to say this again. Those felt squares that are behind him, you can buy those in a pack of 12 to 20 for about $25. You can buy them everywhere. They're very common on the internet, all right? You just use two-sided tape to hang them. There's no kind of rack or whatever. That's why he just has it willy-nilly on his wall there. So that entire backdrop there is probably 60 bucks maybe. I mean, we're pushing it because I've actually seen websites. You can believe it. There's websites that give that out for free. Like you'll do a free trial to the website and they'll just send you a pack of like 40 of those for free. So maybe he got it free. You don't even know, right? But I'm just saying, like, his backdrop is cheap. You know what this backdrop is? This is the Elgato foam backdrop. Okay, 6 of these panels is between $50 to $80. 6. Okay? My whole wall is covered in them. It looks good. It pops on camera, right? His lighting is like a dorm room lamp. You see that? He doesn't have a ring light. He doesn't have like studio lighting. He's got like a dorm room lamp in there. And you can't see anything, right? I have good lighting in the front, and I have a lighting system behind me that's moving, that changes colors. You can tell what day I'm fucking streaming because my camera's different. You see? I've got things in the background that are night. I got a thing that's to actual content I'm talking about. It actually is there. I've got a cool retro thing representing the past of gaming that I got at a convention over 10 years ago. It's a collector's item, right? I've got things from my fans. These are all donations from my fans who like me and my content. Maybe if you actually had some fans who liked you, you could have stuff like this too. But that's the problem, I think. All you have is a Discord. You know, you don't have anything to show, right? So, and then you look at the rest of his background. He's got a cat tree. Is his cat ever going to show up? We've been watching a few of these. I never see his cat, so I don't know what the cat tree's back there for. You've got an LED wall, all right, that's on the side. Why is it over there? If you bought it, why don't you show it on your camera? Probably it's shitty. He probably bought a shitty LED wall. It looks like shit, so he hides it by putting it on the side so no one can see how bad it is, right? Because it's probably low quality. If you had bands, if you had money, you would spend it on your setup, and people would be able to see everything there. It would look good. Your setup looks awful. It's legit bad. Like legit really fucking bad. You need a better webcam. You need better lighting. You need backdrop lighting. You need a good fucking soundproofing system that looks good on your wall. You need to put effort in, right? Then people wouldn't say, this guy's broke. Because when you see shit like that, you think you're broke. Isn't it not true that as soon as I started making money this year, I spent it on the setup? Did I not? Is that the first thing I did? I started improving my setup. So if you're making all this money, why the fuck don't you make a good setup so you look professional? Instead, you sit there looking like a bum in your Covenant shirt, your own shirt, right? You know, so it's this simple. It's DSP's How to Fix Your Image seminar, all right? If you don't want people to think you're broke, don't present yourself as broke to the public. Get rid of your Dollar General felt background. Put your fucking LED strips up where people can see them. Buy a light. Buy a backdrop light. All the things that everyone else does that make your setup look good. Fucking do something to present yourself well to the internet, and no one will keep saying you're broke. All right? It's all you got to do. But instead, you sit there coping and say, well, I don't have to prove nothing. Then don't prove it, but at least show effort. And then maybe people will be like, all right, maybe he's not full of shit. Right? But don't care what car you drive or whatever. You know, it's your fucking public persona that people have issue with. Not what you're doing in your private life. It's look at how you present. You're like a bum. A bum. A broke bum. That's what you look like right now, man. I can't believe that's your backdrop. I really can't believe this guy is saying he makes what he makes. And he has literally the fucking dollar store background that everyone has. Like, everyone has that fucking background because it's cheap. That just kills me. The guy who's bragging about how much money he makes has the cheapest fucking background possible. And he's complaining. I mean, I seriously, search for it right now. You know what? Fuck this. I'll find it. Hold on. I know you guys think I'm fucking around here. I'm really not kidding. Hold on a second here. All right? I wish this was a joke. Here. Soundproofing hexagons. Here we go. Look at this. 12 pieces for $14. 12 pieces for $14, dude. Right there. It's the first thing that pops up. There it is. That looks exactly like it. Here's different colors you can get. Now, this one, it looks like it's a nice set. This is more expensive. But look at how cheap that shit is. Here's a 12-pack, $25. A little bit more expensive. Right? Like, I'm not making it up. And by the way, I'm almost positive if you click on this, you get them for free. Look, $200 bundle, right? $200 bundle. Now there's a million pop-ups, only 9 left. So you get it for free. You get, if you do shit, you get like this introductory offer for fucking free. So it's what I'm saying. Like, it's the cheapest one. He literally just searched soundproofing. He clicked on the $14 one and he got it in his fucking background. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't make this up. I wish it was a joke. I wish, but I'm not, you know? All right, I'm done. I mean, this took too long. That's what I mean. 20-minute clip. I didn't want to do this for fucking so long. It took way too long to get. Now I can't even get to my news because we got shout outs to do and I'm done. We don't have time for anything else. It took too goddamn long to get through this segment. All right? But, like, holy shit, dude. People are saying watch the. No, I'm done. He said watch the end. I'm not watching the end. I don't care. It's too long. He beats around the bush. Literally, all he had to say was, hey, I don't want to do the collab because I can't benefit from it. Like, that's it. That's all he had to say. It's literally all he had to say. I don't even know what else to say or do. Like, you know what I mean? Like 100%, that would have been the end of it. That would have 100% been the end of it. But instead, he fucking. All right, we're done. I got to do shout outs and then we got to get out of here so we can do other content today. This is why, seriously, guys, this is why, like, I put it off and I just don't want to waste time on this shit. I don't. But hopefully he'll take this to heart and what we could do now that we know what's going on and the situation, maybe we could try to remedy it, right? I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. Okay. We have shout outs to do. All right. We got a $2 tip. I don't collab with people who trash talk me. Both Destiny and Deji trash talked him and he collabed the second that they offered to do. Yeah, and he literally just said he did that because he loves Destiny. I did the collab because I love Destiny. You love the guy who crapped on you, huh? That's interesting. I shoot a $23 tip from Captain Based Pants. You're laughing at his request for 25K is definitely a clip I'll be using. That was hilarious. Long live the king. All right, I don't know who you are, Captain Base Fans, but go right ahead and clip the hell out of it. Go and have a ball. I don't even know what that, I actually don't know what, I don't know who you are, but it sounds like you're someone who maybe was looking for that kind of content. Go for it. Have fun. Okay. So now I got a bunch of shout outs to do. So we're at $34 in tips. And then, so I kept missing the tips from this person. All right. I received a $150 anonymous tip. $150 this morning. Okay. That's crazy. Thank you so much. This person says, please keep this anonymous. But I'm sending this because of all of the years of entertainment that I've actually gotten from you from third-party videos. Now feast my liege. So this person has essentially watched all my stuff through tractors and people restreaming and you know what I mean? But now they're like, nah, I'm going to actually reward you now for all of that because, your content's good. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. That's incredibly generous of you to do that. Really, it is. That's super incredibly generous. And I'm just going to put you up there as anonymous. And indeed, it is correct. Ladies and gentlemen, boom. We have done it. All right. We've absolutely done it. We have hit the goals. The King Streak continues, and that means food. That means I'll be ordering a meal for feasting with the king that will take place after the Warhammer gameplay. All right. So I'm going to end the show in a few minutes here. And then we're going to play Warhammer for a few hours. And then the food will be delivered right after. And we'll do a live feasting with the king together. Okay. How cool is that? Excellent. Thank you so much. And then that person incidentally tipped me another $2 to make sure that I got in the first tip because I hadn't shouted it out. But, it's because I was in the middle of so much crap here that I did miss it. And I apologize for that. But I got it now, and I really appreciate you. Thank you so much for that support. How the fuck do I delete an email? Yeah, it was missing. Okay. All right, thank you to Izzy Jones, who says, thanks for the gifted and watching my clip. No problem. Like no lie, to find clips of LTG is like the hardest thing on the internet to do. So some people sent me that clip. Some people actually had to put it on like Rumble, right? They put it on Rumble. Because I guess they were worried that LTG would like, I don't know. Who knows? I don't actually think that's the case anymore because he's not on YouTube anymore, right? So who even knows? But anyway, it's official. The King Streak continues, my friends. Thank you so much for showering me again with your support and your love and your views and your attention and your engagement. I hope that you enjoyed. We have 167 likes. Let's get that to 200. But outside of that, thanks for everything. Thanks for the super chats, the memberships, and of course, the tips. The King's coffers are once again filled, and I catch the coins. Catch them. Catch all the coins. I love it. Thank you all so very much. Now, the question is, how long can this last, right? How long can we maintain the streak? Let's find out. I hope we can maintain it for a while, but I don't know. We're going to have to find out, okay? We're going to have to find out. I guess this story has to wait till tomorrow. Yeah, this story's just going to have to wait till tomorrow because we don't have time for it. I knew that was going to happen. I knew it was going to take too dang long. All right, anyway. So good stuff. Oh, Bloom Kid, thank you for the super chat. When's Astro? It's my game of the year. Tonight. So today it's Warhammer right here on the first stream, and it's Astrobot on the late stream. That's the schedule. Tomorrow we do our React Day. Monday is more Warhammer. Tuesday I'm doing a major stream of Astrobot. So we're going to get a good chunk into both games this week because I am dedicating multiple streams to the games this week. You know, I want to get back into the gaming to finish. Oh, Luthe's. Luthe's at a super chat. Don't you pity party all the time? It feels like it. What are you talking about? Pity party? Like, woe is me? Oh, no. You're talking about me like years ago. You're talking about me like, you know, during the days when things were very bad. Financially, things sucked. You know, I've recovered from that. I'm doing decent. But even before I was getting this big surge of newfound popularity and attention and support, I was still doing all right. Now I'm doing much better. I don't know what you're talking about. It's like people live in the past endlessly, and because something happened in the past, that's absolute forever, right? It's not. It's literally not absolute forever at all. I don't know what you're talking about. Be quite frank. I don't know, you know. Listen, are we trying to hit a King's goal every day? Yes, we are. That is helping tremendously. It's going to let me do all kinds of awesome things in my life. But that's not because, oh my God, I need this to pay my mortgage this month. No, I'm not boogie now saying I can't pay my mortgage. That's, you know, that maybe 4 years ago when I was going through the bankruptcy, not anymore. Like, what are you talking about? Really? What the fuck are you talking about? Okay. There was a lot of super chats I missed. So shout out to Trucker Logic, Tales of Dale, Constructive Criticism. I missed them all, but we got to get out of here. I can't just be doing this all day. It takes too long. This is why, seriously, this is why when you guys are like, oh, you're going to respond to this, you're going to respond to that. And I'm like, no, I'll wait till a day when I got like nothing much going on to do it. It takes too long, especially that. Like, that's the most long-winded. I can't respond quickly because I have to watch 47 minutes of bullshit to get to the meat of it because he wouldn't even just, like, it's a 20-minute clip, which should have been 2 minutes, right? And his answer is in the middle. Hidden in the middle between wedges of bullshit about him lying about being offered money by Keemstar. He thinks, yeah, he was offered more than 50K for Happy Punch, even though everyone was offered 10K for Happy Punch, right? You know, and, you know, this and that, make all the, no one cares about any of his bullshit. We just want to know, why won't you collab? Oh, because I never benefit from it. All right, so let's figure out, how could you benefit from it? That's what we want to know. Let's figure that out. That's something to talk about, whether it's on my end or his end or both. We figured that out. Let's make it happen because it will benefit both of us. We just got to figure out how to make it benefit this man, right? If his money is not out, if he's not a money motivated guy, then what else could happen, right? I wonder. We got to figure that out. Okay. All right, guys. Well, that is it for the show today. The only other story I really had was this Annapurna Interactive fiasco, which is really ridiculous what happened. And, you know, it's gaming news, but I'll talk about it probably tomorrow. But hopefully tomorrow we'll have the samples. Like I said, I'm supposed to be getting samples today of, I'm supposed to be getting samples of this stuff, this merch. And then we can maybe look at it together and see if it's any good and go from there. Like, that would be an awesome thing to do on the show, right? Like, I totally think that. In fact, I'm just going to quickly, before I adjourn, I'd like to check on it again, because like I said, it was supposed to be delivered today. Why will it not let copy? Supposed to be delivered today. But sadly, it's via USPS, and USPS, they can deliver at any time. The times recently that they've delivered usually are after my first stream. Yeah, it just says on the way. Yeah, it doesn't confirm or deny that it's been delivered yet. I also don't know if they're going to put it on my doorstep, which would be awesome, or if they're going to put it on my mailbox, which would really suck, because then I got to walk all the way to the front of the facility to get over there to do it, which is really dumb. So I hope that that's not the case. Okay. All right. Anyway. Captain Based Pants just did another super chat. I want to let you know I only clipped your live in the share amongst friends in a group chat to roast each other. It's on my channel now, Long Live the King. No problem. Go for it. Dude, you clip whatever you want, transformative work, as long as it's not, used as a way to fuck with me and, make me look like a shitbag because you took it out of context. As long as it's a transformative work and, go for it. Okay. All right, guys. Thank you. Actually, Melkori says, how much does the screen under the game over cost and where can I buy it? This is the Divoom Pixu 64 digital screen. All right. It's 64 by 64 pixels, I believe. And it's online on Amazon. And I can't remember what I paid for it. I was over $100. It was over 100, but I can't remember exactly how much it was. And it's really cool to use an app to run it. And the community puts a ton of animations in there, but you could actually put your own like being GIFs or animations in there as well. The only thing you can't really do is like you can't type text and stuff in it. Like originally I was gonna put it as like a leaderboard or something like that. It doesn't really work like that. It's more just you put media in it and it plays through it like you're seeing like a playlist of media, and it's really good. Like I had a couple issues with it. Every once in a while, there's a few bugs that I think they need to work out, but for the most part, it works really well. So I think you'll enjoy it. The villain said I missed a super chat. I did. He says DSP Game of the Year is Another Crab's Treasure or Silent Hill 2 Remake or Astrobot. Yeah, who knows yet? Right now, Another Crab's Treasure absolutely is one of my favorite games of this year. All right, gotta get out of here, guys. Thank you so much. Great podcast. I hope you enjoy. Hope I see you all tomorrow. Summer's almost over. We're only about a week away from the end of summertime, and then it's autumn, and we're full swing into the gaming season, into Halloween antics, all kinds of stuff coming up. So I hope you'll join me along that journey. I'll see you tomorrow for another episode of the Level 1 Podcast.